Hello dear students, this is Singh from Booster Classes and today I am back to help you comprehend a very light story from Beehive book of Standard 9 CBSE. The title of this extremely reflective story is The Fun They Had, written by Isaac Asimov, a noted science fiction writer. Hope you all are getting benefited from my class. So consider subscribing to my YouTube channel for more comprehensive study materials. In today's session, I will give you the detailed analysis of this interesting story so that you can apprehend with ease the setting of the story, its plot, climax and theme. And we shall also be doing the character sketches and comprehension check at the end. But before moving on to the storyline, let me give you the overview of the story. The story, The Fun They Had, is a futuristic story. So it takes place in 22nd century when everything is based upon technology. Hence, the author here depicts the school system which is independent of human teachers and based on advanced gadgets and technology. He does not want to impose his opinion on us, rather wants us to reflect on an extremely important issue of present day education system and schools of future. We need to ponder over which system will be a better option. Even we need to realize the importance of schools in our life. Surprisingly, as we move on to the story, we find that the education system of present era is certainly better than that of future. Now, why is it so? This is what the story is all about, and we'll come to know the answer at the end. Students, you can see here that with the help of a story map, I'm going to give you the core of this interesting story. We all know that a story has 5 important elements like setting, plot, climax, character and theme. Now one by one, we shall deal with all these elements of the story. So let's take a look at the setting of the story. Now, what is setting? So let me tell you what is setting first. Setting is actually the time and place a story takes place. And this particular story takes place at Margie's house on May 17 in the year 2157 when she was writing in a diary about Tommy's finding an old real book in the attic. The book had turned yellow as it belonged to his grandfather's grandfather. And in the year 2157, this kind of books does not exist anymore. Proceeding further, here you will find the plot of the story, which is nothing but the series of events that make up a story. And for your better understanding, I have divided the plot of the story into 4 logical series of events. So the first event of the plot is regarding the strange experience of these students of future. And who are they, these students of future? Margie and Tommy. So on finding the old book, they started comparing their own e-books with those of the past era. They found the printed real book very funny and peculiar because it was different from what they considered to be a book. And according to Tommy, the paper books were a real waste because after reading, they become useless, whereas their television screen might have had millions of books and they could reread them as many times they want. The text written on these old books also did not change or move the way it happened on their computer screen. And it was even bound together. Margaret did not like this old book because it was all about a school. Now, the second logical order of the plot is, why did Margie hate school after all? Margie expressed her hatred for school because of a mechanical teacher who took a lot of tests in geography, and she had been doing worse. She did not like the fact that she had to write her answers in a punch code, which was really a tedious job. whereas her mechanical teacher in no time used to grade her. Now, Margie's dismal performance made her mother send for county inspector, a short man with pot belly and a red face, so that he can fix her computer. Now, when county inspector came, he said that Margie was getting bad marks in geography because the machine was not working properly. It was geared to a higher level. So he said that sometimes machine malfunctioned, and that is what had happened here. He had slowed it down and set it to the pace of a learner of 10 years of age. He said that Margie was learning at a good pace. He patted Margie's head in order to cheer her up and went from their house. Now we come to the turning point of the story, I mean the climax of the story. Margie was really disappointed when Countess Inspector had fixed her computer because she hoped for the mechanical teacher to be broken. She did not want to learn. She did not want to learn actually from this machine. And now she was very much curious to know about what kind of schools there were in the past. She was very inquisitive. So, Tommy informed her that the students in those days had human teachers, not like a computer teacher who is programmed and adjusted according to the needs of each child. He further told that the teachers did not live in the house also. They had a special building and all the kids went there. Children used to sit together, study the same subject and help each other in homework. Finally, with this, we have covered up the three elements, that is the setting, plot, and the climax. And finally, we have come to the falling action of the plot. Margie had just read half of the book when her mother called her as it was time for her to attend her virtual school. Margie's life was very mechanical, just like a machine. There was no fun in her classroom. It was a very dull and boring. Further, as instructed by her mechanical teacher, she put her homework in the computer with a sigh and was lost in the thought of old school. She realized that she did not like her current school system. The fact that they were taught the same thing and that too from a human teacher amused her a lot. In the old school, kids had a lot of fun studying together and playing. Now, let us take a look at the characters which we are already introduced to. Margie, the characters are the future students. Margie Joan, who is an 11-year-old curious and confused homeschooling girl, you can say, and she is very naive. Tommy is Margie's friend who is older than her and he is 13 years old, 13-year-old. He is very smart and even knowledgeable. Now finally, at last, we will see the theme of this interesting story, which I have already told you that at the same time it is a very reflective one. The author's message is one of warning against the dangers of computerized homeschooling, which deprive children of the benefit of the personal connection and interactions between students and teacher. The mechanized education system has not only robbed children of their fun, but also of their full potential to collaborate with others and develop intellectually. This computerized school proves to be isolating and unfulfilling because we all know children need company to enhance their skill. So, this is a story about the fun the students had when they went to real school. I hope you have understood the core of the story. I'm pretty sure that you all must have got the in-depth explanation of this story. So, here are a few important questions from the chapter for your comprehension check. Taking help from the explanation which I have given to you just now, try to solve these questions and enhance your understanding. Keep watching to get the detailed analysis of other chapters too.
Please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.